Jimmy Kimmel is Walt Disney's not-so-funny man on ABC News. Well, at least ABC, where he continues to lose ratings and drop viewers and be mean and spiteful. And dare I say, he's one of the worst guys you can watch on any TV at any hour. But now, he's shown us his real power is going even lower than ever before. You won't believe what he's had to say. You won't believe how much Jimmy Kimmel hates you and hates me. It's an attack on Spencer Pratt, the man who was in the lead, and maybe corruption took him down. Indeed, now Jimmy Kimmel is doing a victory lap and mocking the man whose house burned down because of the very leadership Jimmy Kimmel adores. Hey, Disney, you should be ashamed. We've got the clip, folks. We'll get to it. You click the like button, and let's dip in to the dire straits of Kimmel. You know, we're not fans of Jimmy Kimmel because Jimmy Kimmel is not fans of being kind or decent or any of those things. But now he's reached an all-new low. HollywoodandToto.com has this one. If you're not yet bookmarked to the website, well, you should be. And our panelist here with us today, Christian Toto, is the author. Jimmy Kimmel's cruel attack on Spencer Pratt, explained. It says ABC's far-left host mocks feisty candidate, ignores possible election interference. Now, this is a really big story, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. It says Spencer Pratt slide from second place to also ran in the LA mayoral race stinks to high heaven. Is it illegal, unethical? We don't know, and we may never know. But I will tell you that on my Patreon, I actually talked about how quite a few people are calling for Pratt to sue over this and try to take this all the way up to the Supreme Court because of the level of corruption. Okay, either way, it says watching alleged third-place finisher. And how do we say her name, Christian?
Is it Nithya Raman or Raman? I don't.
Nithya, that's where I keep getting, and I always think if I say ramen that people are going to say, oh, pro's making fun, you know, with the noodle thing. I'm like, I don't know, but okay.
I've heard it both ways, honestly.
Yeah, me too. The rise from the electoral ashes should make everyone squeamish. Now, the reason it should make you squeamish is because we've looked into this, and it's actually statistically improbable at the best that suddenly after the election that the mail-in ballots switched. Like, if you look at both of them, it's like a 19-point swap. She gets a 9-point increase. He gets a, you know, but it's a huge change. And that should not be possible just based on when the ballots are received. There shouldn't be any change based on when ballots are received. There's not a change in demographics that are sending it in. That shouldn't happen. So it's exceedingly strange. It says, remember mere days ago when a teary-eyed Raman all but conceded in the race? Jimmy Fallon of Fox Across America says, reminding listeners of yet another reason to question the slow-moving election results. Either way, Pratt doesn't deserve anyone's disdain. He waged a smart, tough campaign, one that called out his opponents for their terrible track records, including, by the way, burning down an area in the city of Los Angeles the size of the city of Paris. He used his personal tragedy to bolster his message, shrewdly using AI to create viral videos, and along the way, shared why LA needs new leadership. It's not hard to respect his hard work, hustle, and pain. Some campaigns invite blowback. Heck, they all but beg for it. Pratt's campaign was different, but tell that to Jimmy Kimmel. The far-left host of Jimmy Kimmel Live trashed Team Pratt repeatedly from his broadcast podium. It's freedom of speech, man. We expect this, right? But it's a poor one. Okay, so let's go to you now, Christian. I want to ask you, why did you feel the need to write the article? What is it that Jimmy Kimmel did this time that was so bad, so awful, that you think brings him to sort of a new low, if he can even go there?
Well, first of all, what he does here isn't really funny. It's activism. It's this sort of whole new shtick he does, very partisan in nature. But, you know, listen, if he wants to go guns a-blazing against President Trump, well, President Trump throws tons of sharp elbows. And he says some dumb things, and he says some combative things, and he says some things that will inspire blowback. And I get that, and he gets that. It's just the world he lives in. Pratt didn't do that. Pratt's home burned down. His belongings are gone. And California residents, many of them, including him, they haven't been able to build their home back because of permits, because of regulation, because of insurance problems, because of the complete incompetence of that city and state. He's running for a reason. He's not a lifetime politician. So for all those reasons and all that context, and the fact that Pratt wasn't MAGA, wasn't Republican overtly so, wasn't cruel, and now basically Jimmy Kimmel is like a sports fan saying, nah, hey, goodbye, as they're leaving the arena. It's just, it just really struck me. Listen, I could report on Kimmel every day, and I don't do that because what's the point? He says the same thing as essentially every day. And unless it's like really newsworthy, I just ignore it. It's like, when Robert De Niro says anti-Trump stuff every other day, well, all the media covers it each and every time, which is ridiculous because it's what he does. There's nothing newsworthy about it.
But this is different.
This felt different. It felt mean. It felt cruel. And, I'm sure the audience lapped it up because they're trained to lap it up. But
there's signs above them that tell them, clap like seals.
Why would he do that? Given Pratt's story, and listen, Pratt, I don't think is going to run for different offices. I think he's probably a one and done guy. He made it very personal because it was very personal to him. I don't think he was vicious. Why would you kick him when he's down? The left is all about punching down. This is genuinely punching down, and Kimmel doesn't have a problem with it.
So my takeaway here, and this is why this story is so important. People say, well, Kimmel just hates Trump. Nope. Kimmel hates you.
Yeah.
If you don't agree with Kimmel, Kimmel hates you.
Yeah.
And when your house burns down and you run to try to change that so other people's homes don't burn down, he'll make a joke about U-Hauls when you lose. And even if this goes to the Supreme Court because people are saying, hey, this is totally corrupt, this can't continue, nobody believes in elections anymore, and we're not making a decision whether it was right or wrong, folks. I'm just telling you, if people don't believe in the authenticity of the elections, you got a problem. So that's the level of corruption here and how people feel about it. And Kimmel will mock you and ignore everything. I want to go to the clip and then I want to get Jonas's thoughts on this. This is what Kimmel did. Now remember, Spencer Pratt's home was burned down. This is not unintentional when Kimmel mocks him with the U-Haul joke. Okay? Spencer Pratt lost his home to the fires that Jimmy Kimmel, cried about, but apparently he's not crying for people like Spencer Pratt. He's not crying for people like you if you disagree with one single jot. If you disagree, Kimmel hates you a lot.
I can't hear him disagree with me.
What?
I couldn't hear him disagreeing with me. It wasn't.
There's no audio on this?
Nope.
Huh. Well, I'll be darned. Jonas, weigh in without us hearing the audio then real quick and we'll get it fixed.
I mean, it goes back to the old meme, honestly, with Donald Trump tweeted out a photo. It was a meme. It said, they actually hate you. I'm just the first target. And I think that's really the base of the entire Trump movement there is if they're coming after Donald Trump because he says things that I'm not going to say I agree with. I don't even want to say that I agree with 90% of what Donald Trump says. He says things in a very gruff manner, but the media always takes it too far. And they always show that they have a problem with everyone on the right when they talk about Donald Trump, because they don't just say, oh, we like Republicans, but this one's the problem. It was like when Colin Powell said he was voting for Barack Obama. They put him up as, oh, look, Colin Powell is the ideal Republican. Oh, you mean a Republican who votes for Democrats? With Donald Trump, they don't just have a problem with the fact that he uses more language than he should, because the left uses the same language all the time. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says filthy things if you actually pay attention to what she's saying. All of the Congress people on the left are fine using the F word openly because they think that's what relatable means. So when you have this thing where they say that, oh, well, Donald Trump is a racist. No. You said that everyone who supports this policy is a racist. So if I think that I need to have a door on my house, I'm a racist, then you're saying that anyone who supports open borders is a racist. So when Jimmy Kimmel says, ha ha, nana nana boo boo, your house burned down, that comes off as, I'm going to say, the opposite of what they want to be branded as. They want to be branded as so empathetic that they have license to mock the other side. No. If you want civility, then you have to be the one that models that to us.
Yeah, and I'll just say too, they hate Trump, but I think they hate President Trump so much because he beat them. I don't think when Trump is gone that suddenly they're going to be okay with whoever, takes his place at the top of the Republican Party. They'll hate that person just as much, but maybe a little less if they can beat them. All right, let's try the audio one more time. 3, 2, 1.
Nope.
Any
still
luck?
not there.
Still not there. Well, that is just bizarre. All right. Well, cancel that.
I'm going to point out they had it set at a 10 when Mitt Romney was that close to the White House. They acted like Mitt Romney. Like there was some article that said, oh, there was a gay guy who went to the same private school as Mitt Romney. That guy got bullied there. And 20 years later, that guy self-deleted. We need to imply that Mitt Romney is the reason that happened. Like, they had it set at a 10. So when Donald Trump shows up and they turn it up to 11, it just comes up as noise. You can't tell the difference between this and that.
I have one question for both of you. Given Kimmel's trajectory, I guess his hardcore, angry base will always be with him. But when does he start to shed viewers for stuff like this? Because I'm sure there are plenty of people on the center left who are decent and kind and disagree with what we think. And that's cool. But this is
so
nasty.
Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to shed viewers because I think he's going to pick up the Colbert viewers.
I think that's happening. But if he keeps going down this path, this very specific path, maybe this is just a one-off. I don't know. But I don't think.
Here's the quote that we wanted to have him say. I don't like to say these things, but we're having an audio issue. So, and you know what? Actually, Jonas, I'm going to send you that link. Will you share your screen, please? I really want to hear him say this. I don't like reading this kind of stuff. I don't like it because I don't like the idea that somebody clips me later on and pretends these are my words. So I'm gonna send this to you, Jonas. Go ahead and share your screen, folks. You can see the quote there. I'll read the first part of it while Jonas gets it prepared. It says, "And Spencer, if you're watching, we are so sorry to see you go. We're going to miss the heck out of you. You're a man of your word, and you got to go." Okay, so in other words, your house burned down, so get out of here. Leave and never come back. All right, Jonas, you've got it. Let's go to it right now, folks. Here is Jimmy Kimmel. Go ahead and hit the play.
Now we wait to hear from Spencer Pratt. You know, he clearly promised that if Karen Bass or Nithya Raman were elected mayor, he's going to move out of L.A. He said he was done with L.A. And Spencer, if you're watching, we are so sorry to see you go. What we do know, we're going to miss the hell out of you. You're a man of your word, and you've got to go. You said you were going to go. And I know things might be tight right now, especially the out-of-state donation money is running out. Moving is expensive. So to help you out, we rented you a U-Haul. It has plenty of room. It's got 2 beds, tables, chairs, all your crystals, whatever you want. Our staff spent the whole day decorating it for you. So, and everybody that will notice you and wave goodbye as you leave. And I hope that you and Heidi are happy wherever it is you go. Maybe you could be mayor there, or maybe just run for mayor and finish in 3rd place there. It could be fun for your new reality show season 2. Either way, Mazel Tov and goodbye, Spencer Pratt.
All right. So here's the deal. I'm not a mean guy. I'm not calling for anything to happen to Jimmy Kimmel. I would never call for anything to happen. When Mark Hamill's home was in danger of the fires, we said, pray for Mark Hamill and pray for his homes. If Jimmy Kimmel's house, you know, if something happens down the road, there's an earthquake, tornado, you know, typhoon, Godzilla appears, I'm not shedding a tear. I'm, you know, who cares anymore? Because I see what Jimmy Kimmel do. If your house burns down and it inspires you to run for office, and then it looks to everybody like, you know, your victory was stolen from you through legal or illegal means of corruption, Jimmy Kimmel will mock you and put a U-Haul on Disney-owned television. And shame on Disney. Shame on Disney as well for allowing that. That is antithetical to everything the company is supposed to be. It's antithetical to who Walt was. It's antithetical to the mission that Josh D'Amaro and his Wall Street buddies are supposed to be accomplishing there. It's a shame. It's a real shame.
Right. Yeah, one quick note. Listen to the audience adoring it, whooping it up, cheering it. And what I've noticed in recent months, the audiences at these different shows, you know, Daily Show, Saturday Night Live, cheering for Louise G. Mangione, cheering for jokes that imply Trump will get assassinated. I mean, they're cheering when Tesla dealerships are being burned to the ground, cheering for stuff like this. There's a sickness in our culture right now. And listen, I'm all for kind of raunchy jokes and dirty jokes and body material and roast material. This is different. This is just anger and meanness and cruelty. and they're luxuriating in it, and that makes me sad.
Right. It's not presented as if it's a person who is enraged or the product of a depraved mind. It's presented as the normal sentiment. It's presented as, oh, we all feel this way in some way. So what's funny is it's not shock comedy at this point. It's just that they seem to believe that this is okay. And that's really the most disturbing thing of all. I understand that the left owns California in a way that maybe even is above election integrity. But I think it's more disturbing that they think that there are people that are not quite human enough that you can't feel for the idea that his house burned down.
Yeah, it's I think dehumanizing is the best way to put this.
They want power, and when they get power, they feel no compunction to be kind or to be good sports and winning, even if the win is not even real. These are the kinds of people, they hate you, they hate me, they hate anybody who disagrees with them whatsoever, and there is a never-ending desire for them to go higher and higher in the hierarchy, but not based on merit, based on just sheer power. Don't give them any of it. It's what they desire. And the people who desire power, when they get it, they are not the kind of people you will ever wish to be in control of your lives. Parting is such sweet sorrow, ladies and gentlemen. It's only made sweet because there's more content on the way. We never stop. It drives the Holly Weirds mad, but we've got decades left in the can, and we keep going and going and going. Oh, wait. Are we showing our cards? That's right. We'll never stop going near and far and sending out the content you love. Folks, you can help us continue to do just that. Smash that like button. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.